Hi, I happily welcome you all to the today's English class. And in today's class, we are going to concentrate on grammar. The topic we are going to see today is reflexive pronouns. I believe you know something about pronouns. A pronoun is a word that replaces a noun. In general, it acts as a substitute word for noun. And we have many types of pronouns. Personal subject pronouns, personal object pronouns, possessive pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, reflexive pronouns, relative pronouns. And in today's class, we are going to concentrate on one of its types, that is reflexive pronouns. First of all, let us learn the definition for reflexive pronouns. A reflexive pronoun is a word that refers back to the subject. It reflects. The word reflexive, which means reflects. You can see that it reflects the subject. A reflexive pronoun reflects the subject of the sentence. It refers back to the subject. We can use reflexive pronouns when the subject and object of the sentence are same. We can use the reflexive pronoun when the subject and the object of the sentence are same. And one more thing, a reflexive pronoun can act as either a direct object or an indirect object. Reflexive pronouns always end with self or selves. It always ends with self or selves. Self for singular, selves for plural. And in English we have 9 types of reflexive pronouns. And I told you that a reflexive pronoun refers back to the subject. It reflects the subject. So every single personal subject pronoun has its own reflexive pronoun. Let us check. I, first person singular. The reflexive pronoun for I is myself. And the second one, we, first person plural. And the reflexive pronoun for we is ourselves. We is a plural, so we use ourselves. And the third one, you, second person singular as well as second person plural. You acts as second person singular as well as second person plural. If we consider it as second person singular, we use yourself as reflexive pronoun. And if we consider it as second person plural, we can use yourselves. For second person plural, yourselves. Second person singular, yourself. And the next one is they. Third person plural. If it is plural, we use selves for reflexive pronoun. So, for they, the reflexive pronoun is themselves. And the next one, he. Third person, singular, and the gender is male. So, we use the reflexive pronoun here is himself. And for she, third person, singular, a female gender. So, we use the reflexive pronoun herself. And for it, the reflexive pronoun is itself. And we have another reflexive pronoun, oneself. So there are 9 reflexive pronouns. Myself, ourselves, yourself, yourselves, themselves, himself, herself, itself, and oneself. These are the 9 reflexive pronouns. I told you in the beginning that a reflexive pronoun can act as either a direct object or an indirect object. Let us check in the example. The first example we have is I heard myself cutting down the bush. Can you find the reflexive pronoun here? Yes, it's easy. Myself. I heard myself cutting down the bush. Myself is the reflexive pronoun here and it reflects the subject I. in the object position as myself. Here the word myself is a direct object. The word myself is a direct object. And in the second sentence, I bought myself a pen. The reflexive pronoun here is myself. And is this the direct object in the sentence? No. The direct object of this sentence is a pen. A pen is the direct object. And here myself, it acts as the indirect object. I bought myself a pen. And let us check the next sentence. The children made the entire meal by themselves. Here we have used the reflexive pronoun themselves. And in this sentence, it tells that they have prepared the entire meal by themselves. They alone have done it. And let us move to the next sentence. Andrew and myself will conduct today's meeting. Andrew and myself will conduct today's meeting. Is the sentence correct? Is the reflexive pronoun used correctly in this sentence? Certainly not. A reflexive pronoun can act as an object, can come in the position of object, not in the subject. Here the reflexive pronoun was used in the subject position. Without Andrew, myself will conduct today's meeting. What does it mean? It's wrong. We should not use myself in the subject position, and it's a common mistake. We should not use reflexive pronoun in the subject position. Instead, here we have to use I. Andrew and I will conduct today's meeting. Let's move to the next sentence. The last sentence here is, you must submit your expenses to myself before Friday. Does it sound well? You must submit your expenses to myself before Friday. It's one of the common mistakes everyone commits when writing a sentence. You must submit your expenses to myself. This is wrong. Here we have to use the object pronoun, not the reflexive pronoun. You must submit your expenses to me, not myself, to me before Friday. And sometimes we say our name with the help of reflexive pronoun. For example, myself, John. But that is wrong. That is completely wrong. We should not use myself along with your name. You have to use it as I am followed by your name, or my name is John. Remember, you should not say myself John or myself Ram, myself Ravi. That is completely wrong. Don't use it. Change yourselves. And that's all for the today's class. In today's class, we have discussed about the reflexive pronoun. A reflexive pronoun is a word that refers back to the subject. We use reflexive pronoun when the subject and the object of the sentence are same. The reflexive pronoun can come as either a direct object or an indirect object. And in English, we have 9 reflexive pronouns. They are myself, ourselves, yourself, yourselves, themselves, himself, herself, itself, and oneself. These are the 9 reflexive pronouns which we have in English. And that's the end of the today's class. Thank you for watching this video.